sun, and so is our Kimberly Martin out there in the cold this morning. Good morning, Kimberly. What's the latest?
Good morning. Before we start talking about the game, first, Sam, Juju Smith-Schuster. I have to say that slowly because my face is frozen. He is back. He returned to practice 3 months after having shoulder surgery. Smith-Schuster shoulder. So he's back. That's incredible that he's back this quickly. He was officially activated to the 53-man roster yesterday. We will see in 8 hours or so what he's able to do on the field, but his presence at practice alone, so guys say it's energized them. Najee Harris said he's an amazing player, and to see him on the field, on the practice field, after all this time, it's been great for this team. Now, for the rematch, the Steelers, Sam, they know no one outside of Pittsburgh thinks they have a chance today, and that's okay, because Mike Tomlin's message has always been consistent. It's whatever the adversity is, we smile in the face of it. We just keep fighting, and that's what we need to do. But this week, the message was a little punctuated. He said, look, everybody's talking about how we can't do this, but let's go out there and shock the world.
Good stuff, Kimberly, and shout out to all the reporters across the country in the cold trying to speak. That is a difficult thing. Look, everybody knows this is obviously an unbalanced game on paper, Rex, but if the Steelers do have a chance, how?
Well, first off, this is going to absolutely sound crazy, and I get that. And coming from me, everybody expects crazy, but it always ends up being the truth. But that's another thing. Go ahead, pat myself on the back. But I'll say this, and here's why it's a chance and why the matchup, I think, is decent. Every single team in the National Football League can run the ball against this Pittsburgh Steelers defense. They're horrendous on defense, all right, stopping the run, except the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, I'm sorry, they don't run the ball. So that's in your favor. So now you're going to get the ball. They're going to throw it. We can make a mistake. I know Mahomes hadn't. He's played them twice, no interceptions. That's the chance that you have. You can rush the passer with Watt and Hayward, and company, and we got to create turnovers. That's how you're going to do it. How can you steal a game? You can steal it by forcing turnovers and by running the football, okay? And taking shots on play action. Ben can do that. So that's the way that this team can steal this game.
How are the Pittsburgh Steelers able to pull this off? I just showed you a film as of lately. Tackling, running the ball on the Chiefs' defense could be a problem. Pittsburgh Steelers don't rely on Big Ben to do it. You got a good running back in your rookie also.
Yeah.
Anything you can do to keep this one close, because I tell you, Ben Roethlisberger in the fourth quarter and overtime is actually not a bad quarterback.
Yeah.
12 touchdowns, 1 interception. I mean, there's a lot of things you got to do. I mean, can you replicate what the Broncos did last week? I mean, you've got to feel encouraged. I don't know how motivated that Chiefs defense was, last week. I mean, against that, stopping that run, but still, you have to actually make it close, keep it close. If it comes to a fourth quarter game, 5 minutes left, then you got a chance.
Yeah, and they're 12-point underdogs, and this is still human nature. These are humans playing this, and so if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, you've already played the Steelers, and it was a beatdown. So, whether you want to admit it or not, in your head, you're kind of like, we've played these guys. We're so much better than these guys. Who are we playing next? You can say you're not looking past them, but you're human. And I think for the Steelers, there's an intangible. We call it Wild Card Weekend for a reason. Wild things happen.
Right.
And I remember Pete Carroll's first year in Seattle. We're 7-9. We win the division. We get to host a playoff game. And we're hosting the world champion New Orleans Saints, Sean Payton, Drew Brees. They got to come out there, and what'd the whole world say? You guys don't deserve to be in the playoffs. Right. The Saints shouldn't have to come all the way out to Seattle. And Pete Carroll used that. It was like, we're not 7-9. We're 0-0. And they're 0-0. And everyone else is 0-0. Like, we start fresh. And so, was it crazy talk? Yeah. Did we believe it? Yeah. And we went out and beat them. And so I think that kind of talk, that kind of mindset, leadership from Mike Tomlin, leadership from Ben Roethlisberger, something crazy could happen.
Do you believe, just by watching Big Ben for all these years, just hearing him talking about, hey, man, we're just going to go out here and have fun, does that show you that he's relaxed but also honed in at the same time? Because we've talked about Ben over the last couple of weeks, and I have seen a pickup in his performance. What do you take from that soundbite, man?
100%. They got nothing to lose. So any fun plays, creative trick plays, fake punts, why not? Like, go out with a bang. He already had the send-off of all send-offs at Heinz Field. Then he had a send-off of all send-offs at Baltimore. Just to go do it again. Cut it loose. Have fun. I don't know that I'll pick them, but to think that this upset isn't possible, it's certainly possible.
Yeah, that's
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.